school bus or something?
Yeah, to work the camera.
Nobody wants to sit up front?
I'm scared.
Get up there.
There you go, Pete. Alright, if you can hear me in the hallway, I'm starting. Good times. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Convention just started. Everybody's waking up still, or what?
Yep.
E3 is going on now. Officially, I think it just literally started. I'm competing against Jedi Fallen Order, I think. I think they're showing it. Who cares about that game at all? Welcome. How y'all doing?
Hi.
Who cares about anything that EA is doing today?
No one.
Nobody? Yeah, I'm kind of torn because I'm like, man, I like Star Wars and I want to see what this new game's about. But we all know it's going to be basically whatever that Lord of the Rings game they made, right? But with Star Wars characters. Hey, Jay's loud. Wow, I'm actually glad that there's more than 2 people in here today. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming. So, anybody buy anything cool yet, or are you still filling the floor out?
No, but
Y'all just got here, right? Are you trying to haggle? Nah, you gotta wait till tomorrow to haggle. Yes, sir.
It's great to see you back on YouTube.
Thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, I just started flooding y'all's and spamming y'all's inboxes, so hope y'all enjoy that. If you have bell notifications, I hope you like it at midnight. Hi guys, hi. So, wow, there's a lot of people coming in late. I like that. Alright, so, yeah, what are we going to talk about today? What are we going to talk about? So E3, we covered it. EA's, I think it's only like EA Play today, which is just literally Star Wars and then a whole bunch of boring sports stuff later on, and nobody cares about that. Alright, so, sorry. Dang, we got a lot of cameras over here. I feel like I'm on the news. That's a pretty hardcore camera over there. Huh? What'd I do?
Slipping again.
Oh yeah?
He's going to jail. Run.
So, anybody pick up anything cool yet?
Yes.
I saw a green shirt. What'd you get, buddy?
GameCube with Melee.
Nice. Are you good at Smash?
Yeah.
I'm
I
not.
actually played that whenever I was young.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I am horrible at Smash Brothers. There's a reason why. I get a lot of people like, why don't you play Smash on stream? Because I suck.
Yeah, you do.
I don't need a whole bunch of people making compilations of how bad I suck on video games. I already know how bad I'm at. And doesn't it seem like the older you get, the worse you get at video games?
Yeah.
Like I used to be able to bring... Pete, shut up. How you just sit in the front row and start talking? Shut up.
Rude.
You can do it after the panel, Pete. You were that guy in school, weren't you?
No, he was. There you go.
People always had to be that guy in school. I was the guy that slept all the time in school. But I still got good grades.
Wasn't that happening?
Go to school though. Yeah, but school's important. School's important. Alright, so, what was I saying? Before Pete interrupted me. I don't remember. Oh yeah, bad at video games as you grow up. Like, there's games that I'm like I used to be able to breeze right through them growing up, and then now when I try, I'm like, what the hell happened? You know? I don't know. I think it's a weird thing with like skills and stuff like that. Apparently, gaming addiction is a disease now, guys. Oh my god. Apparently, it's a disorder/disease. The World Health Organization just recently classified gaming addiction as a disorder/disease because they say it can affect people's everyday lives and stuff. I don't want to get too touchy or anything like that about any kind of subject, because I will say, if it's causing your marriage to fail, maybe there was more than just games that was causing your marriage to fail, right? I don't think, like, raise your hand if you would divorce some, well, we're all gamers, but raise your hand if your marriage or relationship has ever been bad just because of video games. You've actually been in a relationship before? It has to be other things, man. I just think you can't just be like too broad on the addiction thing. You can't just be like, oh, it's solely this because it's a disorder. Because there's people who aren't, like, you know, those like Dota and MMO and League of Legends people that just literally play like in internet cafes all day and stuff. But you know, like at that point, what life do you have to ruin? You don't have a life technically at all. So it's like, I don't know, it's like a weird balance and stuff. I don't know.
I dated one of those people. It was weird.
Did it ruin your relationship?
I mean, it didn't. That wasn't the only thing, but like, I want to play a game with you, so can we chill on League of Legends for 5 minutes and play something else?
Okay, that's understandable, but it wasn't like, would you have classified it as a disorder or a disease?
No.
Alright.
It ruined his life, but
It ruined it, like he wasted all his money on it?
like, I've seen League of Legends just destroy a man. The climb from platinum to diamond was too much.
See,
It was insane.
I don't know. I just don't think it is like solely based on that. But I do know that there's other weird like disorders and stuff. Like apparently there's like a Tetris disorder where people dream about Tetris. Has anybody had that happen to them? Legit, I'm not even trying to tell a joke or anything. Like when Tetris 99 came out, I legit had some dreams about Tetris, and then I Googled it and saw that there was like a Tetris dream disorder where people experience some kind of phenomenon where you're dreaming about Tetris. I don't know what it has to do. Like I think it's because like there's patterns and stuff that you see repeatedly in the game and stuff. But it happened, so I was like, whoa, that was kind of interesting. There's all sorts of weird, like we're talking about disorders and stuff. Like, did you know there's like a Truman Show disorder where people legitimately believe that they're in like a simulation or that their life isn't real and stuff? Like that's trippy. Like not to get psychological and stuff, but what if we're not really like in a real thing like right now? Isn't that trippy? Or like what if what we're each interpreting is like something different? Like what if the way like I'm seeing this dude right here is different than what you're looking at? Because like lights and like color spectrum and stuff. And then multiverses and stuff. Like there's like a gajillion different multiverses of us in this room right now.
Is that where like kind of deja vu kind of hits in a way?
Yeah, like it's trippy. I don't know. Not sure, but I know in Matrix he had something with like the cat and deja vu and stuff. Which Keanu Reeves is a freaking vampire, by the way. Him, Johnny Depp, and Tom Cruise. They're the Hollywood vampires. I mean, Johnny Depp's in a rock band called the Hollywood Vampires. Like, if that doesn't scream Illuminati showing themselves in blatant like publicity, what does it scream?
It started with Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah, that was like, you know, true. And then like Johnny Depp, I love Johnny Depp by the way, but like I swear there was like a picture of him where he looked like he was like borderline like dying, and then like I just saw like a recent photo of him and he looks like nothing happened. It's a freaking vampire. He just needs some vitamin D.
Oh.
And vampires have the worst because they can't get vitamin D from. Hi, Allie. She's like our photo girl at all the Retropaloozas. Unsung hero at Retropalooza, along with the people in the front. And Jay's not in here. I thought he would pop in. But no, back to vampires. They can't get vitamin D from sunlight, so they have to get it from blood. Like, blood smells bad, and you know, depending where you get it from, and it kind of tastes weird. I don't know. Anyways, I'm just rambling. At any time, if you have a question, raise your hand. Let's try to keep it a little bit appropriate. You know, not too much on the rated R or anything like that, because there are children in here. And who in here is this their first time at a Retropalooza at all?
Nice.
Who was here at the one last year that was not in Pasadena?
It's in Houston. Boo.
That's actually pretty impressive because I remember like it was like split on people wanting to go here or there and stuff like that. And that's interesting. So who likes this place better?
Oh yeah.
This is a lot better
Yeah.
location.
You think so?
You know, gee, I pay for the parking, you pay to back in.
True, true.
Now,
It's a much better venue.
I mean, it's better if you have a view. If you don't, then this is like way out of your way, and it gets expensive.
Yeah.
And for people to be
But I like the free parking.
The only thing that I think sucks about it is having to drive across town to get here. Because I'm from San Antonio, so I was like, this time I took the scenic route to get into Houston because I was like, I don't want to drive through Katy and like it's like just go through like downtown area and all that. This time I took like a right like in Sealy and I went like to like the country and I went to like Sugarland and just did the scenic route. It wasn't too bad. Plus I've gotten addicted to arcade 1-ups recently, and I was like, I wonder if this Walmart in the middle of BFE has a centipede for $75, and I went like an hour out of the way to go to this Walmart. Brick Seek lied to me; they didn't have one. So it was cool though. You know, I got to experience Americana, as me and Shady J say. When we go like on the scenic route, we go Americana. You know, because we're touristy and stuff. I'm a little touristy, I would say. Like I like to sightsee, stuff like that, and I make weird observations. Like I was like, hey, every small Texas town that has a train track that goes through it has like the same layout. Like the train track, like if you're coming down this left, the same like 5 buildings are like right there. It's always like a hardware store, something else, like a Church's Chicken, a Sonic, and then over here is like City Hall across the track, and the post office, and then like a gazebo. I'm like, dude, it's like the same layout, like in every town. And I don't know. I get amused by stuff like that.
So what you like better, Pasadena or the NRG?
Who's from Houston here? Don't hate me for saying this, but I don't like Houston at all.
I'm starting little to hate the traffic and some of the people.
Yeah.
I would still go to Houston and think of it.
There's certain qualities about Houston that I like, but overall, I just kind of, I don't know, can't get behind it. I don't like Austin either. I hate Austin.
I know you have Georgetown's pretty nice, but the cost to bring George around.
Yeah. I saw one at Sugarland too, like a convention center that was out there, and I was like, whoa, what the heck is that? Like that, it was huge looking.
That's new. It's a couple years old.
Yeah. I don't know, I like this building a little bit better, but NRG was cool. I just felt it was a little too big for what this convention is. But it does look like there's a better turnout. I was kind of worried this morning. Yeah, Boogie. Hey, do me a favor today. Go talk to Boogie, say hi, and just tell him that you really care about him. Everybody just do that, okay? Just say, hey, you're awesome, care about you. Because he's a cool guy. He's really cool, and he's genuine and stuff, and he's one of those guys who wears his heart on his sleeve, and he, like, I'm one of those people too. Like, the smallest gesture can either make or break our day, and just go say hi to him, give him a little talk. He's in that little square section over here, so.
I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
I know you're
Okay.
What do you think about AEW now?
It's interesting, it's cool. I'm not typically into like the high spot Japanese style wrestling stuff, but I do think that's interesting, and hi, welcome. I like it, I think it's interesting, like, you know, like the whole aspect of it, I think it's cool. Thing about it is it's they're not weekly on TV yet.
Not yet.
So they're
TNT.
in the honeymoon. You're in the honeymoon phase right now, and every TNA or Impact was in the honeymoon phase for from like 2003 to 2009, and then they got on TV. Things changed. You know, as soon as they get on TV, you're probably going to see former WWE guys starting to take over, and all these indie guys are going to get moved out. TNA did the same thing. ROH did the same thing. TV changes everything because you got to worry about advertisers, you got to worry about brand deals, sponsors, merch, touring, money costs, scheduling, stuff like that. And then you got to draw. If you're going to run more events, you have to have people come in. So what's the easiest thing to do is, who's not signed to WB now? Oh, Ryback. Oh, this guy. And then the guys who are like the Bullet Club and Japan fans aren't gonna like that. They're gonna be like, oh, these old people are coming in and doing that. You know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting to see, but I think overall it's interesting.
Well, they got the money now.
They definitely do.
Owner.
Yeah, and I know a few of the guys that wrestle there. I've wrestled some of them, like Sammy Guevara. I've had a few matches against him before. He's actually from Houston, and then a couple other guys that are on there. So I think it's gonna be interesting. Just time will tell. I think
the independent wrestling is getting bigger again.
Yeah, independent wrestling's getting bigger because you have Ring of Honor, Impact, AEW, you have MLW.
That's new.
New Japan's starting to come in a lot more. Like they're gonna have a show in Dallas like next month.
Boogie T Wrestling.
Yeah.
They got a new one in Safeway now, starting up.
Yeah. And I think like for example, my own company that I help book, we're doing a show with Impact next month in San Antonio. So it's like they're starting to tour a little bit better. So it's almost like when there's more competition, the business picks up. So remains to be seen. Who here, for the record, who here cares about wrestling?
Oh, yeah.
I don't like bore anybody. Okay. All right. I don't want to bore too
One
many.
last question. You had a match with Jay Lawler last year.
Yeah.
How'd it
November.
go?
Yeah, I wrestled Jerry Lawler in November, and it was pretty cool. It was very interesting, real old school.
Was it awesome?
The main thing that I was worried about is I was in the locker room with him, and well, okay, so a lot of old time, we call them old timers, old school guys like that. You don't talk to them at all. Like you wait for them to come up to you, and like you know, you meet him, shake your hand, say hi, sir. I'm working with you. Nice, it's cool. And he goes, we'll talk later. And you know, we're the last match. Me and him were the last match of the night. Show starts at 8. I'm still like, man, I haven't talked to him yet. 8:30 comes by, and you know, like you just gotta be like, okay. First of all, he's Jerry Lawler. He can wrestle with his eyes closed. We didn't talk. We were last match. We didn't talk until 5 minutes before we went out. And we just went over the finish. And I wasn't nervous or anything at all until his current wife, he's one of those old school guys who has like 5 wives in his lifetime. I don't know how they go through that. But we're okay if we can go out, and then his wife goes, you better be careful with his hair. Because he has like, I guess, fake, you know, whatever. And she's like, because if you touch his hair and it messes up and it comes off, you're mine, you're answering your mate. So the whole time I'm like, I can't grab, because you know, you see wrestlers and they grab up here. I'm like, okay, I have to remember during the match when I'm beating him up and during the heat and just, you know, pull him around, do not grab his fucking hair. So like I had to like lightly just pull the back of his head to hold, and that, there was a part where he's like, yeah, I just ran my head in like a couple times, and I'm all like, the whole time I was just more worried about messing up his freaking toupee. Like, I was just so worried about that. Like, I don't think it was a toupee. I think it was like one of those new things where they do the hair growth and stuff. So I was just like, oh man, do not ruin it. Do not mess it up. I also wrestled the newest Von Erich kid. There's 2 Von Erich kids that are like the latest generation. I don't know if the Von Erichs are as big in Houston as they are like in Denton.
Hey, one time I was all botch wrestling.
Yeah, he used to run Texas All-Star.
Yeah, second. Wrestling.
So Ross and Marshall, they're like the sons of Kevin, who's the only one that's like alive, and then Lacey's the daughter of Carrie. But you know, she doesn't wrestle anymore, but she used to be in TNA. But Marshall and Ross, me and Hernandez, he was in Impact. We did a tag match against them, but they all live in Hawaii. So by the time they get here, they're jet lagged as hell. So like they look like they're hungover, and they're like, oh, we're jet lagged, just call it out there. And we're like, all right, screw it. But it was pretty cool. It was interesting. We won the match. I got the pinfall, so I was all like, oh, I pinned him on Eric. You know, it was kind of a cool thing being like a wrestling guy and saying that. So I took the claw from him on Eric. That was cool. So, yes.
Speak of the wrestling movie about. Yeah, that.
Are you with my family?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet. Honestly, I don't go to the movies too often to be weird. I think the last movie I saw was Endgame, and then I think, yeah, I haven't seen X-Men yet because it's this weekend, obviously. I want to see the new Chucky. I think that looks interesting. I can't get into Disney as much anymore. I don't know why. Well, everybody dies in Disney. If it's pre like Mulan, everybody dies.
If it's a mother or father, you know it's
Yeah. And then what's funny is they say, oh, live action Disney movie. It's not live action if Simba's freaking computer generated. If everybody's computer generated, it's not live action. And
I'm sorry.
And at this point, they don't even need to hire voice actors. Just have the original movie play over the new CGI stuff, and there you go.
You see the documentary? It's called 350 Days Wrestling.
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen that?
I really, you know what's weird is like when people are like, oh, have you seen this? Like, I never saw one single episode of Game of Thrones.
Fair enough.
Like honestly, I really don't watch anything like unless it's like if I'm watching TV, it's reruns of like old crap. Like if there's like a Married with Children marathon or Family Guy or Fresh Prince, Full House, stuff like. I'm not really currently watching anything. Like anything that comes out, you binge watch it, right? like, oh, one day I watched hey Tim.
Hey, what's up, man?
Anybody know Tim?
Good.
What are you up to?
I just put the mic. That mic, but.
Okay. He's another unsung hero of the con, so he helps Jay a lot. So.
Boo! Oh.
Honestly, like you know, like if something comes out and it's available, like I've been waiting for stuff just to come on Netflix so I could just watch it and get it over with. Like I have no patience now for watching stuff on a weekly basis. Like it's like, God, I gotta wait 7 days to see what else could happen. I'd rather just avoid spoilers and wait till everything's out on the internet, either bootleg watch it or Netflix watch it. So.
You know every villain that actually sings the movie actually does. I didn't know that until my sister actually told me. And then I'm thinking about some villains and like, aha, this villain did that, and she says, that one didn't sing it.
Seriously? So if the villain has a song, they die? Wow.
Yeah, like every different movie, like someone, not every, well, like some of them. I didn't notice that. It's like, don't they just go insane? It's like some silent.
Interesting. I need to look that up.
I was, they told me, they're like, okay.
I didn't notice that at all. I only noticed it because I took it.
Do y'all mind if I take a picture of y'all real quick, by the way? Y'all look beautiful.
If you notice, we're all like famous and like the theme of like pink or purple.
I really thought it was going to be a ghost town in here today. Alright. Back to talking. Why is this all wet? Who is in here? Are y'all laughing because there was something funny that happened or what?
My drink drooled everywhere.
Oh, because this is like completely soaked and I'm afraid of electrocuting. Hello, sir. Thank you for your service. Alright, so. Silver Dodge van. Anybody here driving a silver Dodge van? Because you're about to get towed. Okay. Anyways,
To make me feel any better, he tried to buy like 8 pieces of
I'm wearing a lane chaser. Did you see that? These are limited edition. Billy Mack who made our shirt. Santa. Back shirts and more. He specializes in like team sports, right?
No, not really.
Not really? You made some team shirts.
Yeah, we do most stuff like that, just random.
You know, like my shirts, Alpha shirts, Game Changer shirts, Retropalooza shirts. This was one year, he did this as like a prank. Wow, dang, that's old school. What, five years ago already? Almost? Did this as a prank. I guess he just handed these out to like a select few of us. And was like, just wear these, don't even acknowledge it, just get the reaction. You were actually a little prankster that Retropalooza, because y'all put a fake little Samson in a $2 bed too. Thinking, they thought I would freak out and be like, oh my God, I didn't even notice it in there. I was like over here looking, and they're like, did you notice it? Like, it was one of those where like, you don't, the guy doesn't fall for it, you're kind of like, so what'd you find in there? And it's like, you know, just are you sure? Did you look in there carefully? And it's all like, what? And then like, finally, like, Grimsy had to pick it up and be like, oh look, I knew it was fake.
We had 20 people that day that would bring, the games were $2 a piece, and they would bring a stack of games up, and they would all be faced one way, and that fake little Samson would always be turned around, so the label was at the back, because they thought that they were trying to get
Catch you.
a deal.
Yeah.
And I would automatically just pull it out and go, this is fake, and they're like, oh, okay. Every time.
It was a prankster that year. So, yeah. Is that weird? I don't know, I heard something. So how's it going?
It's going, man.
Appreciate our AV staff, by the way, too. Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask, what are your thoughts, or what do you think about Paige's injury? Do you think she'll ever come back?
No. I think she'll be okay. She has a job for life at this point. If you get seriously injured like that in WWE, you have a job for life. Like Draws. Who remembers Draws? He got hurt in '99. He still has a paycheck. He still has a payroll. You know what I mean? And I don't think she's gonna come back. Edge won't come back either. Then that's the same injury. It's kind of like something where it's real, like it's more like a spinal cord concern than the neck. And you know, your spine goes out. That's it. And It's kind of scary, but something small could set off anything like that. She could, slightest bump, slightest hitting the mat wrong. So I don't think she will. Yes.
Did you have a chance to watch some of the highlights from Super Showdown yesterday?
I have not. I really didn't care about it. I heard Goldberg and Undertaker sucked.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible.
But, okay, unpopular opinion, like, I really appreciate Undertaker, everything he's ever done. I've never thought he was good at all, ever, even like in the 90s
The
or the
same style he
80s.
does since the 90s.
And Goldberg either, so.
Oh, wait a minute now, hold on a second. Goldberg was,
He's good, like,
so when he
Charisma,
when he came
energy,
in, he was super raw, but
yeah.
he wasn't much of a wrestler, but man.
he could definitely, like, I'm not going to deny they both have a presence.
Yes.
They both have that, but I never, like, entertainment-wise beyond that, I'm just kind of like, really? Like, you know what's going to happen in a Goldberg match every time. You know what's going to happen in an Undertaker match every time. I don't know. I'm more of like a spontaneous, make it look like, kind of like very, like, I don't like it when stuff looks too obviously choreographed. Like, have some fun with it and make it a little bit different and stuff. Like a Ric Flair match, he does the same type of stuff, kind of, sometimes, but he throws little, like, stuff. He doesn't do all of his tricks every match. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
The rope, like
Yeah.
Into the rope and then he rolls over or
Yeah.
stumbles to fall down.
Yeah, and then shoves the ref, he gets shoved, and then, the guy rolls him up, 1, 2, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, so, I don't know. And at this point, that Taker-Goldberg match is about 15 years too late,
Oh, yeah.
so.
I was
Yes, sir.
going to say, there's bad matches and there's bad matches, but I have never seen Goldberg apologize for a match before.
Oh yeah, he tweeted something,
He
right?
knocked himself out.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
had
yeah.
He's always freaking injuring himself or injuring somebody.
Almost before he picked
Yeah,
him.
before that, but during the match, he hit
Yeah.
the mat or something and actually knocked himself out. He's not like
He tried to do his
I've been in that point before too, where you kind of like, you're just going on adrenaline. You're just going on adrenaline, but honestly, like, did they not kind of like check on him, the docs? Because they have ringside docs, and at the slightest like hint of any kind of injury, they stop it. Like, I don't know if you noticed, like at Money in the Bank, the Mysterio and Samoa Joe match, as soon as like early on in the match, something happened where Mysterio landed on Joe's face, and Joe, I think he broke his nose actually.
Yeah.
That's why he hasn't been wrestling. And the ringside docs stopped the match without stopping it. They kind of like, he was on the side, and that's why they
He
just,
got the X sign.
that's why they literally just ended the match like that, and even though Joe kind of like was instinctively wasn't, to him, he's like, this ain't the finish, but to the ref, it's like, we gotta get you the hell out of there. And it happens, because that's their policy now and stuff. Yes, sir.
What is your favorite video game?
Of all time or current?
Current.
Currently, my favorite video game. Currently, my favorite video game that I like to go to a lot is GTA 5. I still play that a lot. GTA 5, and then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. I like to play that a lot. But of all time, it's do you guys say Ocarina or Ocarina?
Ocarina.
I'm an Ocarina guy. I just have it. Like Ninja Gaiden and Gaiden. So like I like Zelda Ocarina of Time. That's my all-time favorite. Just because I was like in 8th grade when that game came out, and that was like the first huge like experience game that I ever had. Because I didn't have a PlayStation 1, so I didn't have like the Final Fantasy 7 experience that everybody had. I had the Ocarina of Time experience. And that game took me like, I swear, 2 years to truly get like everything and play and beat. And I remember the hype before it, like every video game magazine and early internet website back in the day was just talking about that game. And I remember going to like the Albertsons and HEBs and reading, Albertsons is old school. Some of you kids in here never experienced Albertsons, but single-handedly, they had the best fried chicken anywhere. I don't give a crap what anybody has to say. And that place is gone now, so you guys don't have the benefit of that. And they also had the best generic ginger ale type of drink too. It was called like Mountain, no, not Mountain Dew. It was like some generic like Mountain Mist or some kind of weird thing, but it was amazing. So
We still have that
Fun
church.
fact. You do? They closed everything in San Antonio, got taken over by HEB and Walmart. We don't even have Targets anymore in San Antonio.
Wow. Yeah.
Target's only like on the rich side of town. But like HEB, and then HEB is I don't know if it's similar to like here, but depending on what side of town you're in, as to what that HEB has. Like if you need the good like Mexican food and like tortillas and crap like that, you go to the south side HEBs. They got all like the stuff you need to make like badass barbecues and crap. But if you want like the hipster, yuppie, like good wine and stuff like that, you go to like the you know the new side of town where all like the fancy apartments are and stuff. The California side of town, you go over there.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
I want to ask you this.
Okay.
So when you Irish whip somebody into the turnbuckle, and you obviously you're going up to them, you pull them back out, is that where the move is? You tell them what you're going to do, or they tell you what to do?
So
I've always wondered that.
for my preference, I never let somebody blindly. Irish whip, do you guys know what that is? It's when you shoot them off the ropes. I never let somebody shoot me off without saying what they're gonna do. So like that's part of like where when you see the guy, they kind of hook their arm on the rope.
Right.
If they do not tell me what they're saying, I hook it, and they're gonna have to earn throwing me. I'm like, what are you doing? And if they don't tell, I give them 2 questions. I'm like I go, what are you doing? If they don't answer, I say, what's up? And if they don't answer, then I'll do like a hit to the stomach or something.
Right.
And I'd be like, dude, because you don't know what's coming, you know. And then this is funny story. I was at a show and somebody shot somebody and told the guy, watch the elbow. And he goes, watch it do what? Like, what do you mean? Like, you can't just say watch the elbow, watch the foot. Because, okay, when you watch your foot, watch my foot, am I giving the elbow? Are you taking one? Or what's going on? You know what I mean? So you gotta kind of, I don't know how you guys know how wrestling spots are called or anything. I'm giving the kayfabe up here, but like, so like basic spot is like if basically whatever hold that you originally have. Let's say I have a headlock on the guy, and I want him to shoot me off, and I'm gonna give him like a shoulder tackle, and then I'm gonna hit the ropes, and then he's gonna do like a drop down. I'm gonna step over him, and dump the clothesline, and give him like a crossbody block. So to call that, it would be tackle, drop down, duck one, crossbody block, get it again. That's how you would call a spot. Get it again means you go back to where the first hold was. So tackle, drop down, duck one, it means whatever he's gonna throw, crossbody, 1, 2. You don't call it 2 count, but you just get it again. So that would be a spot. Or like, you know, like if you want to do like a hip toss, block, drop kick, you know, shoot off, whatever, backdrop, it would be like, you know, like tackle, drop down, hip, tackle, drop down, block 1, hip toss, drop kick, reverse, get it again.
And all that's right in that head.
That's where the holds, when you see people in the holds, and a lot of people, they, like I hurt the teeth. Like I'm like, you know, like I'll be like, tackle, drop down, get it again, and then, you know, I kind of like pause it. I'll be like, I'll stop, I'll be like, shut up, shut your mouth. And then I'll be like, dump 2, goes on, and I'm like, check your breath, and then I'll be like, you got it. And there's a thing called the Iggy. I'm giving a lot of the little secrets. There's a thing called the Iggy, and what the Iggy is, it's also like the go ahead. It's a way of saying I got it without saying being like I got it. What you do is either their hand or their arm or something. You do like a little, like I got it. But what I do is I do not move or get up or shoot the guy off until I know he has it. I will tell him it 4 times, and then as soon as I get that Iggy, I allow them to get up. But I slow it down because, you know, and it's always the generic, you know, they're in the hold, they get up, they kind of do this, and then they do the, you know, the 1, 2, and then they go to it. So, but you also got like theatric and stuff a little more. But there's little ways of like safety and stuff. If you're properly trained, because there's a lot of people that aren't. A lot of people that fucking aren't. So, and then if you wrestle people in Mexico, they do everything the opposite. No, it's not a joke. In America, like next time you watch wrestling, In the United States, everything's done on the left arm. In Mexico, it's the only country in the world they do everything on the right. Watch Lucha Libre and watch Mexico. Swear to God. So like I had to wrestle two luchadors last week. They knew no English at all. No wrestling, no American style wrestling either. So we, generically, like in that situation, you start the match off doing like the yay boo crap. Heels beat up the guys from behind, beat them up for a little bit, and then you give them like a comeback is when you see them start to do like, you know, their moves, like their Cena spots. And then, you know, you do like a finish. So like, there's a basic formula to match. Next time you watch, WWE does this. They created this like in like 2001, 2002 when they started doing like OVW and all that. So there's a shine. Shine is the opening part of the match where the baby face gets their like 2-3 good solid spots in to establish that they're in control, right? So shine's up here, face is here. Then there's a cutoff, and it's usually like something either cheap or something real quick to where the heel matches up. And then the heat is when they're getting beat up. And the face starts to like kind of go down, go down, go down. Then there's hope spots where you think, oh, he's pulling through, he's, you know, elbowing, goes hit the ropes, he gets cut off again by the heel. Usually a match, if it's like a 10-minute match, there's like 2 of those spots where it's like the face might do like a roll up, 1, 2, duck something, 1, 2, and you think, oh, they're coming, and then the heel does something else. Then there's a double down. That's when both guys get down, and the ref does a 1, 2, 3, then it's a comeback. So like the heel might go for something, or the face might duck, and then that's when you see the clothesline, this, boom. It ends with a good, like a move that you think like, oh, they're gonna get the 3 count, 1, 2, and it's the, oh, he almost had it. Then it's false finishes where they both take turns hitting their big shit, and then just to go home. So every match follows that format. Tag match, the only thing you add in is after the double down, you have the hot tag, where you have they're crawling and they're like this, and then they do it, boom. And if it's done right, and there's some creative ways that people get the hot tag, because the worst thing is duck one and they both close on each other, and then they just crawl and tag like nothing, and nobody gives a shit. But if it's done right, creative, like, you know, like let's say the heel, like the Revival's amazing at setting people up for the hot tag. Like they'll do crap like they're gonna do their finisher and the guy flips behind them, shoves the guy into the other guy so they both head block, and then the guy's crawling and then one of them grabs his foot, guy turns, kicks the guy off, and then does the tag. Like in creative hot tags back in the, if you watch old school 80s wrestling, like the Fabulous Freebirds and stuff like that, they were amazing at hot tags. Freebirds were the best. Rock and Roll Express, like all those guys.
Midnight Express.
Midnight, Rock and Roll, all of them, they were good. So tag team wrestling, it's like, there's a lot in tag team wrestling, a lot that goes into it. Like simple little crap, like the ref being distracted, not seeing the blind tag, and it leads up to that tag if it's done right. Because the whole match, you want that guy to tag his partner in, and that's the psychology of a tag match is the tag. And a lot of people don't work the gimmick of the match. Like a tag match, the important thing is they need a tag to win. And that's why you see the heels get away with the cheating and they're getting more tags in, and it's like, well damn, this guy hasn't gotten the tag them, and then boom, you know? So you gotta work the gimmick of it.
What do you think about the Young Bucks?
They're alright. I think they're talented, just they do too much shit. You hit 10 super kicks, why does it matter if you hit any of them? Because it takes, to me, if you knock one guy down and win with one move, that means it's strong as hell. But if you do 10 of them, why even do it? I don't know. Yes?
I didn't keep up with the last few matches on wrestling, but I was wondering, you know, if Brock Lesnar does use his line event, I don't know if he did use it already.
No,
But if he
didn't use it.
But if he does use it, I wish for him to get his title back and then all of a sudden get challenged by Undertaker, so Undertaker can finally take that win back or something.
I think Undertaker's done, man.
Just like you say, I got my streak back.
Yeah.
He's gonna win the
Yes.
SmackDown title.
What's the scariest injury you've sustained in the ring before?
The scariest what?
Injury sustained in the ring.
That I have?
Yeah.
Knock on wood, I have not gotten seriously injured yet, ever. I've had people land on my head, like on the top rope, like flat elbow to like the face and stuff like that, but I've not gotten seriously injured. Yes.
How close have you gone to the range? Like, what move did they get where you thought, oh my God, this is the one. This is the one I'm gonna get into?
The thing I learned is if you overthink it, or in anything really, in any kind of sport or activity, if you overthink it, you kind of tense up and prepare for the worst, you're gonna get hurt. If you just kind of fuck it, just take it, you'll be okay. I have been dropped on my head before, but it happens. It's not intentional. Like again, honestly, the most painful shit, and it happens to me even just chilling, is when I get a fucking leg cramp or a foot cramp, and it's happened in the middle of a match. Like I'll be like moving, and I'm like, oh shit, my arch, my calf, and I'm like, dang, I think I'm getting. My birthday is next month, by the way. I think I'm getting older. Yeah, I'm gonna be 35.
Wow.
No, but if you've been wrestling since you're 17, it's like dog years. So, yes.
What is one wrestling match that you don't want to be booked in for safety for your health? Like, what is one match that kind of second guesses, you know what, I don't want to go through it?
Can't think of one. I've done one, yeah. I had a match where we were using these kind of light bulbs and hitting each other. Yeah. And thumbtacks too, on the ground.
Which one's worse, light bulb or thumbtacks?
The lights suck once they're broken and on the ground, and the glass is everywhere on the ground. Thumbtacks, if you land on more than one,
You don't feel it?
nah. It's like a bed of nails trick. Yes.
What was your first reaction on watching wrestling?
I really didn't care about it until I was like in middle school, to be honest. Like when I was younger, I'd be like, okay, this is cool, but when I was younger, I used to watch Glow more than WWE. Like when I was like 4, 5 years old, I remember that was like on regular TV, and WWE really wasn't, or WWF wasn't, because I grew up in Fort Worth, and I don't remember being able to really see anything else on TV except Glow. So I used to like that.
That's gorgeous.
The real Glow, though, not the Netflix Glow that turned them on to a bunch of freaking hoes that do drugs and shit. The real Glow. Yeah.
What is a match that you do, like, what is your?
Dream?
Yeah.
Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll wrestle him one day. I already know it.
Come on, Brock Lesnar.
Screw it. A lot of wrestling questions. This is interesting. What's up?
I know you had matches with women too, and
Yeah.
would you?
Those are the best. Those are those are the easiest. No, honestly, those are the. You don't have to worry about the crowd getting me, because the worst thing to do is wrestle somebody in the crowd. Because I'm a bad guy. Like I get the crowd riled up. The worst thing that you can experience is you're the bad guy, and the guy you're wrestling, they do not give a crap about. Like they do not want to cheer him. They just don't give a shit. When you wrestle somebody of the opposite sex, who do you think they're gonna cheer? They're gonna cheer the girl. They want the girl to whip your ass, and that's the easiest. Because all I have to do is slap her in the face, and then boom.
Wow.
Or chop. I do the Ric Flair chops. Boom. You know what I mean? Or just pull the hair, they pump. Easy. And then that's it. I already have everybody hating me.
So I wanted to add to that match and put his daughter in there too. That's where I was.
Yeah.
Going.
I mean, I've done, I had a good series of matches against one girl, and we did crazy crap. Like, we went through tables. She suplexed me, say all you guys are in the crowd. She literally told everybody to move. She freaking suplexed me, and we went both all into all the chairs like that. She wheelbarrowed me, pulling me like this into, the guardrail. It was crazy, and it was easy. I just let her beat the crap out of me, and then freaking cheated. Easy. Yeah.
Where did the origin came from for the name Joey Spectre?
First I was called The Spectre, I had a painted face or whatever. And then I met this guy, he's an old timer called the Raging Bull Manny Fernandez. And he used to wrestle in the NWA and stuff way back in the day.
You went from Houston.
Yeah, he was calling me Joey instead of my real name Eric for a full weekend. He was just Joey. And he's a real you don't want to he's called the Raging Bull for a reason. You do not want to put a hair up his ass. You don't want to piss him off, whatever. And I was always taught, respect the old timers. Don't just kind of keep quiet, just listen and take their advice. The whole weekend he just called me Joey. I didn't correct him on what my real name was until like 3 years later. He's like, Joey, hey Joey. We're gonna have Joey do this, and I'm all like.
And what was his reaction when you told him about my name's
Nah, ain't nothing. By then, he was like, all right. I was like, hey, I'm just going with it. So then I combined both of them together.
And the nickname Super Shot?
Super Shot came because one New Year's Eve that will go down in infamy. Me and my friends created a thing called the Super Shot. Basically, what we did is everything that was drinkable in that house, we put into a glass, and we each drank one. And then I was like, give me another. I was the only one that did a second one. And everybody's like, dude, no fucking way. And I was like, do it. I was like, fucking do it. And I drank it, and then next thing you know, it's the next day, and I'm at my house. I don't remember how I got there. Apparently, one of my friends was outside puking, and I got worried and I ran. I ran out there and started checking on him, and then I ran back in, and his wife was just chilling on the couch. And I was like, Josh is puking. And she's like, he's fine. I'm like, no, you gotta go check on him. And she's like, oh, he's fine, dude. And I'm like, but he loves you. I was like, but he loves you. And she's all like, dude, you're killing my buzz. So then I ran back out, and this was like, I had to go down a wooden deck. Like it was at least like 5, 6 stairs.
Okay.
Apparently, on my final way back, I completely missed the stairs. And I flew down and like hit the ground and like knocked out. So then they put me like in bed, and they said I started puking, and like this girl that was at the party, she was like real motherly. Like she started like cleaning me up and taking care of me and saying, it's okay, mijo. Like, it's okay. She reminded me of like one of my sons. And I was just like, whatever. And then like they took me home, and I just remember I was like, I came to, and like, where do you live? And I was like, dude, I don't fucking know. I'm like, where do you live? I'm like, dude, I don't know. And I remember just looking, and I was like, dude, just go left. And then like I was just making them direct. They got me home. I was like, just go left, dude. This is before like good phones and shit. I was like, just go left. And then I every once in a while just look at them like, all right, where are we? And I'm like, dude, go right. And then eventually I got home, and that was the worst hangover ever.
Did you do it again?
No. I just remember the drink that when we mixed everything, it looked like purple.
Oh.
No, it was anything, like, I remember there was a lot of yay. And then there was another Halloween. I don't drink as much anymore, but there was a Halloween. So here, I'll give you guys a backstory. There was a guy that came from Sweden to wrestle here, and he was like a total like party animal, whatever, and he did something with like a bottle of Jaeger, and he drank like a full, like, you know, like that kind of size one, drank one, and then like literally like the next week was Halloween, and I was already doing like freaking Jello shots and just kind of having fun. I don't remember doing this, by the way. But there was a bottle of Jaeger, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking do it. You know what, fuck this guy, I'm gonna do it. I made it to probably about half of the bottle, and then apparently, I stopped and I was like, dude, I gotta go take a piss. And I went outside, and somebody recorded this, then the footage hadn't come out, but I started peeing, and then they said I just fell face first with my pants, and my wiener, and my ass out, and then I just went to sleep, and they left me outside. So I woke up in the backyard. For some reason, I went to the outside to go pee instead of doing the bathroom. And I woke up, and my pants were still around my ankles. I was outside. I was freezing my ass off. I think I was still drunk too. And I was like, fuck this, I'm going home. So luckily I lived like a couple blocks down. Don't drink though. It's not good for you. It's not. I don't remember doing that. But I saw a photo and video of me chugging that Jaeger like a fucking champ. And I don't really like Jaeger either. But I was just like chugging it. And I was like, wow. Then there's a couple other instances. Oh, and then back to that New Year's Eve night, there was a photo of me feeding my friend, like after he puked. Like he was sitting down and I was behind him like this, feeding him like a McDonald's cheeseburger and stuff, and just like taking care of him. And they're like, "You're such a good friend." I was like, "I don't remember any of it." Like, I was on autopilot taking care of somebody. They're like, "You're such a good friend. You're there for your boys." And I just remember, I vaguely remember telling her, "He loves you." And I was just like, "Why don't you love him back?" Like, I started like, "He's out there dying and you're not taking care of him." And I was like, freaking out. So, but yeah, I got super shot from taking 2 of those.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Any recent supernatural type stories?
I've not had anything really weird happen as of late, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah.
When did you first finally discover shadow people? When you first
Like in general, like hearing about them?
when someone told you about it, learning, and you was like,
It's like one of those things when you're just online and you see like a random post like on social media,
okay.
and then you click it, and then you go down the rabbit hole of Wikipedia, and then you listen to like Coast to Coast AM and stuff like that.
Right.
But I'm not scared of them. I actually think it's kind of like a weird phenomenon that it's kind of like
Catches your interest a lot?
well, it's crazy. A lot of people see the same thing, and a lot of them don't talk about it. It's like one of those. Who's seen a shadow person in here before? I've seen 2.
The Hat.
I've not seen Hat Man. Have y'all seen Hat Man? You seen Hat Man? Where at? It's kind of a weird feeling. So like the first shadow person I saw, I've seen some at the edge of my bed, but it wasn't a shadow. It was like a kid. I've seen like a blonde, curly-headed kid at the edge of my bed before, and that was weird because like I fell asleep with the TV on, and then it's just one of those things where you think you hear somebody like talking, and I just like look and I saw like something just there, and I was like, fuck it, I just went back to sleep. But the one shadow person I saw was in Jordan Fringe. I don't know if you know, he had his for Jay. We were in his basement, staying the night there, and you get that feeling somebody's like kind of like standing over you if you're sleeping, and I just like looked like this, and it was just a shadow, and like I went like this, and then like a second clicked, and I grabbed the pillow and I just went to like swipe it, and it was gone. Like it literally was just there, like in 2 seconds and gone. And I thought it was one of them screwing with me, and I look, and they were sound asleep. And Jordan's like, "Yeah, I've seen something down here before," and I'm like, I don't know.
The Hat Man, I've heard about that from when you and Jay were talking from your old podcast.
Yeah, Hat Man is the most widely common seen one. He's a figure that basically looks like he's wearing like a hat, and you know they say he usually has yellow or red eyes. Did you see eyes on yours? I didn't see eyes on mine, but I've seen that. And then one time I saw one kind of like floating in my room, but they were horizontal, just kind of like on the other side of my bed, like not by my bed, but I was laying down and I looked, and they were like floating horizontally, and they had like a dress, like a black dress, and you could just see it like I guess dangling, and then I just like as soon as I just recognized it, it disappeared. Yeah. Nah, I haven't seen anything weird while I was in that. And I think when I was a kid, I might have seen shadow people too, but I don't know if I was just looking at people in the dark or not. I just remember I was like in the car seat. I have weird memories of when I was a kid, like a baby and stuff. I remember I was looking out of the car and I saw people standing. I don't know what it was. I just remember that.
You don't feel like they're there, but you can't even see it.
There's stuff everywhere. There's different. I think I'm a believer there's different dimensions right now, and we each can't see certain things. Humans don't have the capability to see certain. I think some animals do.
Yeah,
But-
they do. If they're like related to them or something, like if they were their pet and they died, they can actually still someone see them and know what.
No, but what I'm saying is like back to like the multiverse talk. Is I think like right now there's could be something standing right here that we can't see that can see us.
So much. Every time I'm just looking around, it's dark or somewhere else, I hear like someone shouting my name or like feel something cold just when I'm passing.
See, I don't worry too much about stuff like that anymore. Like I used to be like a little scaredy cat and stuff, but now I'm like, fuck it, if someone's gonna kill me, he's gonna do it. You know, like screw it. Nothing can hurt you. You know, like I'm not trying to be a holy roller or anything, but whatever you believe in and stuff, nothing can hurt you if you're okay with accepting what what life is. So, yeah.
Just gotta say, be careful about drawing further into that.
Yeah.
Like what you see.
Oh, I don't mess with anything. Like when people when Billy's like, dude, let's do a seance at this haunted place. I'm like, first of all, I'm Hispanic. We don't mess with any of that. Like Charlie bullshit and all that. Hell no. Don't open that door.
I was younger. I got the Ouija board.
Is Wood in here next?
Yes.
When I was younger, I got the Ouija board. I didn't say bye, and we moved from that house. When we moved in, I left that there.
Really?
Yeah, I left that.
You jerk. So whoever moved in there next is dealing with the ghost.
Yeah.
You're lucky it didn't follow you, because some stuff follows people.
I remember one time walking around and it felt like something was down.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it. Like, I think I saw a little red on me, but I didn't like mess with
Hey, Wood, come up here.
Okay.
Oh, Patrick, come up here. I promised you. I want Wood to come up here real quick, not just because his panel's next, but I wanted to congratulate him on that charity stream he did recently. Wood's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a real good friend. I think he's come a long way from when I first met him when he was a foreigner, but now I consider him a full Texan. So I'm certifying him as a Texan. He's a great guy, one of the best friends I have, and I was really proud of his stream. So just want to give you props.
I love you.
And Patrick, just because he's a real good guy too, and he's a cool friend and stuff, and I said I would give him some time, and I was just rambling about wrestling and shadow people and stuff, so thank you. Yeah, I give you a second of your time. And every year, because he's like, hey, let's go have dinner, let's go eat, blah, 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 I always accidentally flake out. And I don't mean to.
You exposed me off. You always avoided me.
No, legitimately, like last year I fell asleep. Like, I know I crashed out for a fact. And I only got like 2 hours of sleep last night. So I'm probably going to crash out again.
3.5 hours.
So the best thing for you to do is just find out where I'm at and just bring me like food to go.
What do you want?
And I'll meet you like in the lobby. I kind of want to, I get in hamburger phases. Does that happen to anybody? Like, you're like, dude, I don't care where it's from. I just want this hamburger. So,
Burger?
You know what's weird is when I was in California for a little bit last year, I missed the hell out of Whataburger. I was like, God, I just need it. Now I don't really care for it.
You try In-N-Out burger?
I've been on a Burger King addiction lately, especially that 2 for $6 on the Whopper.
Dude, Burger King's fucking great.
Yeah, but the Dr. Pepper shake at Whataburger is amazing. So with that said, thank you guys. I'm glad it wasn't a ghost town in here. Stay tuned for Ways to Go. I'm sure a lot of you guys will consider yourself. Appreciate you guys. Stay golden. Don't be shy. After his panel, come to where we're sitting at and shoot the breeze. Because I know I didn't take photos of like any of you guys in here, so I want some pics and stuff, and talk and stuff. And remember, do me a favor and be sure to tell Boogie hi today and give him a hug and tell him you appreciate him.
Boogie looks great.
And XX Dragon Ball. You need to get a better username.
Well, I created that when I was 12 playing Call of Duty Black Ops.
He's like XX Dragon Ball XX.
Yep. I'm sorry, I'm 12 years old, play Call of Duty. That's the best I could come up with.
Thanks to Jay for another good con. He's right out there. Yeah, your homework after Wood's panel is to go say hi to Boogie and, tell me you appreciate him. Thank you.
Buy their shirts.
Sure.